Guys, welcome back. Mike here with Below Average Blogger, and today we're going to be discussing link building. I know this is not a favorite topic for everybody, but it's something I stayed away from for the first 2 years or so of my websites. But recently, I went ahead and purchased a link plan from niche website builders. So the results are in. I kind of have the data I needed to share this with you. I could have done this months ago when I first started paying for this, but I wanted to see what actually would occur, what would come in over time, and I'm glad I waited because the results in the first month or two are very different than the results in month 4 and 5. But we should point out here, it's not all sunshine and rainbows when it comes to any package you buy. And so there's some great news and there's some not so great news. So I'll share them both. Let's go. All right, so first things first. Do you need links to be successful in blogging? And I'm going to go ahead and jump right to it and say, no, you don't need links to be successful in blogging. Now, what your level of success is could vary that result quite a bit. For example, I've received many links on my own. Natural links from some really good domain authority sites, and we're going to go into those here in a second. I've been able to grow my blog from nothing, a fresh domain, to this past summer, I have to go look at numbers, but I want to say around 130,000 page views and $5,000 in a month. You can absolutely build a blog, grow a blog, and live off the money from a blog without link building. It's definitely possible, but it's going to take longer, and you're going to have a much harder time competing for those top 3 positions on competitive keywords. Sure, I can grab position 1 in the search right now for a keyword with a search volume of 20, but getting those top 3 spots in search terms that have 5,000 monthly searches, 10,000 and beyond, well, now you're going to get really competitive and it's going to get harder to rank for those. And when you do get them, other smaller sites or bigger sites are going to come after you to take those spots. So your backlink profile and the strength of your domain in Google's eyes is going to be assisted when you have some really powerful backlinks. So with all of that said, let's jump into what I chose to buy. I reached out to niche website builders, so they offer all sorts of link building packages, from shotgun skyscraper packages to guest posting to niche edits. They've got a lot, but they also offer HARO. Long story short, I didn't want to do any scammy guest posting. I didn't want to do any shady, PBNs, and I decided to use HARO with niche website builders. It's important that if you decide to use a service like HARO for link building, that if you're paying someone and you're paying for that first month and second month and not seeing great results, you've got to give it time. I was sketchy about this at first, but in reality, I look at the numbers, I look at the dates, and Niche Website Builders does a great job of sharing when they pitched it versus when the link was placed. And sometimes we're talking 2-3 months before a reporter actually gets your email and places your link. Now, sometimes it's fast, but not always. And so had I quit on month 2 or month 3, I wouldn't have the awesome links that I have right now. So I'm shutting up, we're going into the computer. My domain rating is a 17 and my Ahrefs rank is at 8 million, these are really big improvements. It's not like I went from a DR3 to a DR7. I went from a DR3 to a DR17. I mean, we like 5x'd the domain rating. And then on top of that, I went from position in Ahrefs ranking, which doesn't really matter. It's kind of an arbitrary number, but it shows you where they're putting you based on other websites and your backlink profile, your traffic, your keywords, things like that. I went from basically being 40 millionth ranked to 8 millionth ranked. So again, we like 4x'd on that as well, or 5x. I'm not a math guy. As you can see, right off the bat, we've got some big names here. We've got Yahoo, we've got New York Magazine, The Spruce Eats, Better Home and Gardens. I mean, these are some powerful, big domain rating sites with multiple millions of visitors per month. Needless to say, I'm going to be happy with these. So we've got Yahoo here at 69 million monthly traffic, DR92. New York Mag, 14 million monthly traffic, DR90. The Spruce Eats, DR87 with 20 million visitors per month. Better Homes and Garden, DR87 with 9 million visitors. Eat This, DR84 with 4 million visitors. And so all of these Real Homes, Better Homes and Garden, The Spruce Eats, Wide Open Neats, Yahoo, Eat This, these are all super niche relevant from some of the beast and the big players in my niche. So obviously very, very happy with those results. If we look at the results I'm not happy with, here's what we got. So I'll start with the yellows. Now, good firms, Databox blog, these are essentially just tech related links and they're not very useful to me. They're not niche relevant on domain level, page level, line level, anything. So while they have maybe a strong profile, they're not really relevant or helpful as far as link juice goes to my site. Do they hurt? I don't think they hurt, but I don't think they help at all either. All right, if you look at these three, CEO Blog Nation, the Blog 101, and 24/7 wellness tips. Now, CEO Blog Nation and the Blog 101, they meet the threshold of a qualified link because they're over a domain rating of 40. But if you look at their monthly numbers, 3,500 a month, 1,600 a month, these are not quality sites. These are not sites. I mean, when you have a site with 1,600 visitors a month and a DR of 45, things aren't adding up in my opinion, and these are not links that I would be happy with. And if you look down here at the red, this one, I didn't even put the site name because it was such a garbage site. And it was one of those ones that didn't even make sense, the domain. I went and looked at it. So here it says it has a DR70 with 400,000 visitors. If you go to that site now, my link is 404. So I don't know anything about this site. I don't know anything about how this communication went with that company. But whatever they got, they took and they left, and I have a 404 link. So obviously I'll be reaching out to niche website builders and try to get that recredited back to myself. All right, so one of the most important things that I think everyone forgets about when they pay for a service like HARO Link Building, you pay, you have your setup month, they do an onboarding call where they try to get your information, what niche you're in, your traffic, your overall strategy, and then talk about how they're going to get their links, which is all fine and good. And then it's crickets, right? So you go that first month, nothing really happens. You go that second month, you get a report that says, hey, here's what we've done so far. Here's all the people we've pitched, but you still don't have a link. Maybe you have one, but that's it. And now you've paid for, what, 2 months? And you're not seeing much results. You go to that third month, you're feeling nervous about it, and you still don't have great results. Maybe 2 links have come in at that point. And you're getting frustrated and you're getting worried because you're spending your hard-earned money. But as you can see, some of these links, once they're pitched, it could take 1, 2, or 3 months before they ever show up or are accepted. And so if I would have given up at month 1 or 2 or 3, I wouldn't have the results I have here in month 4 and 5. So if I was going to recommend anything to anybody, if you think about trying one of these packages, definitely do it. There's a link down below. It is an affiliate link, but look, I've spent over 10 grand of my own money with niche website builders. This is not something where they just throw me products and I get, all this free stuff to tell you about how great it is. I've spent over 10 grand of my own money with this company, and I continue to contact them and continue to work with them. Not because I have affiliate links with them, but because so far the content, the services have all been fair and fairly good. And that's not something you can say about every SEO company out there. Go ahead, try. So to wrap all of this up, overall I'm very happy. But remember, you don't need links to build a business. You don't need links for your blog to make you money that you can live off of. What links will do is really give you a competitive edge as you start to get bigger, grow more, and compete for those higher competitive terms. Not necessary, but super helpful. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later.